Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to look at the TIE Defender expansion for the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. Now this particular ship also brings back some memories. The TIE Phantom that I covered earlier was part of the Rebel Assault 2 game, PC game. This one I first saw in TIE Fighter. It was one of the best flight sims out there at the time, and I mean X-Wing was okay, but TIE Fighter was in a class all its own. For those of you that aren't familiar with the TIE Defender, it's expensive to build, but has a lot of firepower, and the lore matches this pretty well. The point costs for this particular ship are pretty high, but it's a good all-around fighter, comparable to that of, say, the X-Wing or the E-Wing. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a quick look at what this particular ship has to offer. Okay, and here's a brief snapshot of the components minus all of the little tokens. Once again, I don't cover the little tokens just because they tend to get redundant from expansion to expansion. Just keep in mind that they usually reflect the ship class in question. For example, the TIE Defender can do the focus and the target lock action, so you'll see focus tokens and target lock tokens in this expansion. So here's a look at the model itself. Let's go ahead and just focus in on that so you can see it. So we're looking at the front view, and I know it looks funny to those of you that have never seen a TIE Defender before, but it is an extremely powerful little thing. Even though it kind of looks funny, I mean, this will mess up your day. I think again, this was a long time ago, but the TIE Defender in the TIE Fighter game, I think there was 4 laser cannons, 2 ion cannons, concussion missiles, different things like that. It had shields. So yeah. You do not want to be facing this thing if you're in, say, a Y-Wing or something like that. Alright, as far as the maneuver dial goes, it can make a hard left or a hard right at 1. That's a red maneuver. It can also go slight left or slight right at 1. That's a white maneuver. On to the 2s. Hard left or hard right at 2 is a red maneuver. Slight left or slight right at 2 are white maneuvers. Going straight at 2 is a green maneuver. Onto the 3s, it can make a hard left or slight left at 3, or slight right or hard right at 3. Those are all white maneuvers. Going straight at 3 is a green maneuver. Onto the 4s, it can go straight at 4. That's a green maneuver. It can make a K-turn at 4. That is a white maneuver, one of the few rare ships to be able to do that. It can also go straight at 5. That is a green maneuver. Okay, as far as your pilots are concerned, we'll start with Rexler Brath. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Pilot skill of 8, same stats across the board. 3 attack, 3 agility, 3 hull, 3 shields. Special ability, after you perform an attack that deals at least 1 damage card to the defender, you may spend a focus token to flip those cards face up. So if you do a lot of hull damage to your enemy, you can spend a focus token to flip those to critical hits, which is pretty darn powerful. Focus, target lock, barrel roll, some upgrades down there. Point cost of 37. Alright, Colonel Vessery. I think I remember him from the X-Wing series, but don't quote me on that. It's a book series that's fairly good in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. Pilot skill of 6, special ability. When attacking, immediately after you roll attack dice, you may acquire a target lock on the defender if it already has a red target lock token. So, best used with another team member that can use the target lock action. Focus, target lock, barrel roll, same actions there. Upgrades, point cost of 35. Finally, your Onyx Squadron pilot, pilot skill of 3, no special ability, point cost 32. Finally, Delta Squadron pilot, pilot skill of 1, and even though it's a pilot skill of 1, the point cost is still 30. So pretty high up there still, even for a 1 pilot skill card. Upgrade cards. Ion Pulse Missile. Attack, target lock. Discard this card to perform this attack. It's 3 attack dice, range 2 to 3. If this attack hits, the defender suffers 1 damage and receives 2 ion tokens. Then cancel all dice results. That has a point cost of 3. Ion Cannon. Attack 1 ship as an attack. Attack dice 3, range 1 to 3. If this attack hits, the defender suffers 1 damage and receives 1 ion token. Then cancel all dice results. It has a point cost of 3. Outmaneuver. When attacking a ship outside, or inside your firing arc rather, if you are not inside that ship's firing arc, reduce its agility value by 1 to a minimum of 0. So if you can stay behind your target or outside of its firing range, this card will really come in handy. Point cost of 3. Predator, another nasty offensive card. When attacking, you may reroll 1 attack die. If the defender's pilot skill value is 2 or lower, you may instead reroll up to 2 attack dice. And that's all without a target lock. That has a point cost of 3. Munitions failsafe, we've seen this before. When attacking with a secondary weapon that instructs you to discard it to perform the attack, do not discard it unless the attack hits. Point cost of 1. And there you have it, a very brief look at the TIE Defender. I didn't cover everything in this expansion, but hopefully this gives you an idea as to whether or not you'd like to pick it up yourself. I, for one, highly recommend it. All of the ships in the X-Wing series are fantastic, in my opinion. Very highly detailed, and each one has their own unique capabilities. You can check out my review of the core game, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com, or you can click on the links in the below description that'll take you there as well. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.